Yeah, I feel kind of down now after that.
Right. Are you saving enough for retirement? No.
Did you start at 17 years old? No.
No. Started at 35.
All right, bring us up. What do we do here to be more positive?
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to episode 64 of The Perfect Bite. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in.
We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and Triple George is next on the menu. Next, we'll talk about how you can create positive relationships with your money. And finally, for your future self, we'll share how your body language may shape who you are.
So each week on The Perfect Bite, we visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant we hope you will at least try and will become your new favorite. This week, we're sharing a place I've gone to for many years, Triple George. Have you been there?
I have not, but you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, it's kind of iconic, dare I say. It's downtown Las Vegas on 3rd Street between Stewart and Ogden. It has 4.5 stars on TripAdvisor and like 4 stars on Yelp out of thousands of reviews. And it's really one of the first restaurants to start that revitalization of the downtown restaurant scene. I used to work downtown, 10, 12 years ago, and that was just like a staple down there for all of our power lunches. You know,
official.
Yeah, we'd go down there for lunch. And on their website, it says they're Sin City's favorite steakhouse. And I was always wondering, like, why is it called Triple George? On their website, it says it's the place to, quote, be George. So apparently we need to be George when we go to Triple George. It's a high-minded, noble individual who is free in giving and lives their life to the fullest. So that sounds good, right? So we're living our life to the fullest.
Kind of like a royal and regal, like the whole.
Yeah. So we're going to go live our best life and have a delicious steak for our power
George.
lunch. Yeah. So when you go in, there's this like huge, big long bar, like dark wood, and there's these booths that are really cool. They're super tall, so like you feel really private, and I think even some of them might even have like a curtain that goes over it. So you kind of walk in, you kind of peek around the corner, like who am I going to see in these booths? And maybe you'll see the mayor or some other elected official or somebody who's like a who's who in business. And so anyway, it's just kind of a cool vibe. It's not very far away from the Mob Museum, so it kind of has that speakeasy vibe. Just
interesting.
I don't know, old school. It's cool, and you can find all sorts of classic steakhouse dishes like a wedge salad, crab cakes, chicken pot pie, and of course burgers and steaks. But they also have some really cool, even vegan and gluten-free options. And I didn't know this till I looked at their website, but they have menus that are they match with shows at the Smith Center.
Oh,
so because it's kind of not that far away from downtown, so you can have a theme for whatever you're seeing for the Smith Center. So I usually would go there for lunch, though, and you really cannot go wrong with the George Angus burger. Just a burger, bacon and cheddar cheese, and shoestring fried onions served with fries. Just
sounds perfect.
Classic, delicious, very well done. Well, not well done, but they do a good job.
However you want it.
However you want it. Yeah, exactly. They also have cauliflower rice, which I just don't see that often in a place known for steak, right? And I love cauliflower rice, so I would get that. And then you can Triple George it, which means you add steak or salmon, and it is so good. It's one of my go-to meals. I just think certain things on the menu are like ooh, if that's on the menu, I'm going to get it. And I really like cauliflower rice. So if I were to go for dinner, though, I would probably get a filet or a seared salmon, a little bit more expensive than the lunch menu. But if it was for a special occasion, I think it'd be worth the splurge. And then also don't forget, pro tip here, there's no parking right there, right? You're downtown, so there's either street parking or you got to find someplace to go. So if you go to the downtown Grand, they will validate your parking for Triple George.
Nice.
If you have a recommendation for a restaurant or dish for us to try, send us a message at theperfectbite@ccculv.com. We are always open to new ideas. So money and finances can trigger a range of emotions, and so Crystal's sharing ways to create a positive relationship with your money in our next segment.
As adults, we tend to feel ashamed for making unnecessary purchases or not confident about the money that we've saved for retirement, or even regret not saving for emergencies when we had to use a credit card to pay for that unexpected expense. And it's okay to feel that way. So today we're going to share some ways to be creative and have a positive relationship with your money.
Yeah, I feel kind of down now after that.
Right. Are you saving enough for retirement? No.
Did you start at 17 years old? No.
No. Started at 35.
All right, bring us up. What do we do here to be more positive?
So the first tip is to remember money is a tool. Look at how money can help you build the life that you want. Just like savings is a journey, not a destination, money is not the ultimate goal. It's what you do with that money. Next thing is remember that today is not tomorrow. Recognize that wherever you are in your savings journey, there is always an opportunity to change. Where you are is not where you will be tomorrow. Next recommendation is to avoid comparisons. I think this one is something that a lot of people get stuck up with, even as a young person. We want to compare ourselves to maybe somebody who's more established. Why am I wearing, dingy sneakers, and, this person who has a job and a career has this or that. So we tend to make assumptions about someone's finances based on vacations that they take, clothes that they buy, or how often they dine out. I think social media is another way people, kind of get this idea in their head. But you need to remember, perception is not always reality.
And also, comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh.
That is what I tell my kids. Do not compare, because you'll never be as good for everything, and you'll just feel sad about it. So do not compare.
Makes a lot of sense. Yes. Mm-hmm. Enjoy what you have here. This is your life.
That's right.
Next is change the story. Our brains are powerful, and the stories we tell impact choices and actions. Instead of telling yourself, you'll never have enough money in savings, tell yourself, I have plenty of money for myself, my family, and our home.
Or I like to say also, I can make more money.
Yes.
I have the ability to make more money if I need to,
Mm-hmm.
or make a change. So it's like the scarcity of money kind of makes you feel anxious, like there's never enough.
Yeah.
Versus I can get more money in and being more positive about it. Like you said, it's our brains telling the story. So why not control the dialogue a little bit with ourselves?
And even, I can make adjustments to my budget. Maybe you spend a little bit less here and there, and then you will provide that extra money for yourself. And the final tip is to be mindful. Intentionally track what you spend and how it makes you feel so that you can decide what's important to you and what is not. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsor.
Clark County Credit Union members have received more than $73 million in bonus dividends since 2001 just for using the credit union services they need every day. Since CCCU is owned by our account holders, they earn the dividend, not shareholders. This year, we returned a $2.6 million bonus dividend to members with auto loans, credit cards, and checking accounts. Open an account today and start earning your own bonus dividend. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
So next up is our Future Self segment, inspired by the Happiness Project. And in a TED Talk by Amy Cuddy, a social psychologist, she said that our body language doesn't only influence other people, but it influences us as well. Do you believe that? Do you think our body language
I totally believe
matters?
that. You see somebody who hunched over, looking over their phone, you kind of get this vibe like, oh, don't disturb them.
Yeah. I think I'm slightly obsessed with my kids' body language and trying to give them some of the tips that we're going to talk about today, just look confident. Like, my kids are tall. Act tall. Don't hunch. Don't make yourself short around other people.
Exactly.
Be yourself. And this happens just all the time. And they're probably so sick of me. But a TED Talk is telling me that it's true. So
Here's proof.
Exactly. So she says that communication consists of 7% spoken words. That's crazy. 7%. 38% tone of voice and 55% body language. So the majority of the communication you're giving is coming from your body language. And so we're going to talk about some of the main points from Amy's TED Talk. Number 1, we are influenced by our nonverbals. Nonverbal expressions can be powerful. They express dominance. Think about the animal kingdom. It's about making yourself big or opening up, stretch out, take up space. So just like I was talking about with my kids, don't slouch, don't act like you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And you're acting like, I could be invisible if I change how I'm sitting here. And I just went to a vocal recital for my daughter, and watching the difference of the kids up on the stage, you could really tell who felt very uncomfortable up there. Just the body language was screaming. And bless their hearts, they were so brave to get up there. I mean, I would probably rather run out of the room screaming before I got up on the stage doing that. So we do the same thing, with our body language. If you feel powerful, your arms are up in the letter V, your chin is slightly lifted. When you feel powerless, we make ourselves small, we close up, wrap ourselves up, maybe even fold your arms. I remember talking about going to job interviews and keeping yourself open. Yeah. And that literally meant like, do not close your arms, don't fold your arms, but my arms are open. Yeah. I'm open to possibilities.
Let's talk.
Exactly. I want to be here. The second one, our nonverbals govern how we think and feel about ourselves. Psychological things that make up our thoughts and feelings. There's differences in testosterone, the dominance of hormones, and cortisol, the stress hormone. So those are coming into play into our body language as well. Powerful people tend to be more assertive, confident, and optimistic. They're able to think more abstractly, and they take more risks. Powerful people and effective leaders have a high testosterone and low cortisol.
I wonder how that comes into play, like, as you get older, and they're like, oh, your testosterone levels are lower. So do you need to, like, take supplements? Something to research, but just curious.
I think that in general, it's interesting. You think about, I've read things where most CEOs are over 6 feet tall.
Oh,
so like somehow
they have to embrace
how you look.
That,
yes, is affecting your opportunities. I mean, I don't know. I don't love that for the world in a way, but that's kind of a reality.
And I think, shorter people probably see them as the leaders, and at some point they're like, okay, I am that person, and I am going to strive to be more, and kind of dominate and be the lion, and
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
Like
she's got some interesting points. I would suggest we'll put the link in the show notes to her full TED Talk. But basically, you can use your own body language to be more powerful, even if you aren't 6 feet tall and you don't have some of these traits that we're talking about. So that's the third tip. Power posing can change our lives in meaningful ways. And so, for example, for a job interview, it could spike up your cortisol. You have stress. That's not good if you have those higher levels of cortisol. So applying the low and high power body poses or fake it till you make it approach can give you positive results during the interview. So I am a fan of the power pose. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, Crystal, but there's sort of like a Wonder Woman pose.
Yes.
That I will confess here, I will do. Sometimes when I just really want to pump myself up, hands on your hips, chest out, standing tall.
Yeah.
I can do this. I'm ready for this. And we'll just be like, hey, power pose it out. Just do it right now. You'll feel better. And so I think that you can look at this TED Talk to find ideas for how you can adjust your body language. This isn't something that you're set with, that this is like your traits. You can embrace some of these that give off the feeling this person is a leader, this person is powerful, and use that to your advantage.
And I love it for kids too. Like you mentioned, telling your kids, like it's one thing for your mom to say it. Just send this TED Talk to your kids. Like it's not just to me. This will help you be more confident in your daily lives, with your friends, at school, whatever it may be. I like it.
So summer's almost here, and we're going to be taking a break here at The Perfect Bite. We're going to use the summertime to scope out new restaurants, listen to your questions, answer those in our financial segments, and look for ways to help your future self be even more happy. But we'll be back in September, so in the meantime, if you have a topic you'd like to discuss, or if you know an amazing restaurant here locally in Southern Nevada for us to try, shoot us an email at theperfectbite@ccculv.com. Enjoy your summer.
We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is theperfectbite@ccculv.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.